On tonight's episode, the dumpster fire that the bots have created continues to burn. Let's get into it.
I'm Rich.
I'm Aaron. It's just us tonight. And so Rich is the expert on the topic for today, so he's going to be giving you the majority of the information. I'm just kind of here for moral support.
So yeah, just jump right in. Our last episode, we talked about the problem with all the online exclusives, with people trying to get in to buy these these exclusives at chain stores, and inventory being sold out because bots are getting in there and buying them up. And I was a little bit salty last time that we talked about this. I kept it contained a bit, but I mean, it was right there.
You let it out at the end.
You should have seen me earlier in the day though. I was pretty hot in the morning. Like, my boys came up to me and I'm like, just leave me alone for a little while. I'm gonna be mad, probably up until about noon, and I'll get over it. And it didn't take quite that long, but it got me. I try to keep my anger dialed down low, and it was not a good day for me. But a buddy of mine, it's funny in chat if you're watching, it got him good. He actually not on the G.I. Joe one for Target, but there was a NECA one that was another Target thing, and it was a nightmare. And he was pissed, and bots got in there, got everything. It was the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutagen Tour, musical Mutagen Tour, something like that.
And it was the turtles with the instruments.
Yeah.
I saw those.
And in seconds, it was gone. And I followed it pretty good on the NECA site, and there was just so much venom. People were just besides themselves pissed, and like, how many times are you guys going to keep doing this to us? And I feel really bad for the toy manufacturers, because it's a new problem for them too. And I a couple of people have really got out in front of it and really trying to address it. The CEO from Funko put out a nice little video, like 2 or 3 minute video on Twitter a couple days ago, apologizing to all the fans. Hey, sorry, we're aware of the problem. We're trying to fix it. We don't know how to make it better, but we've got things that we're working on. And NECA had that nice little statement that they put out, last week, trying to get in front of it. But it really sucks. And and I angrily put my little plan together of how to get those guys that were doing the bots, and a lot of that was tongue in cheek. I really wouldn't expect people to do that, and that's not a good way to handle it. But I did put some time and thought to it of how to actually combat that.
So was this really an issue before COVID? Or was COVID, like many things, did COVID kind of bring it to light?
Not so much in the toys as far as stuff getting bought up that way, like exclusives. I know that, like John said, with shoes, I'd actually heard that before. That's been like an ongoing thing with high-end clothing stuff and shoes, that there are people who are using bot services for that so that they could get in and get it. But yeah, I didn't really see that a whole lot in toys. I know that there's on eBay there you could pay for sniper services to bid at the last second and win stuff.
I've heard of that.
But that's the only place that I've really seen it with as far as toys are concerned. I'm guessing somewhere while people were sitting home during COVID, learned, hey, there's money in toys. Let's do this. And it could be that there was so many stories at the beginning of COVID. The big one was there was a Target exclusive Red Hulk, Marvel Legend, and people were getting into fistfights in Target over this action figure. And it's like, wow, that's like 1983
Yeah,
Cabbage
that's like
Patch Kids all over
yeah,
again.
that's like a Christmas in the 80s.
Yeah. And it literally, happened. People just, yeah, they're toys, people. It's not the end of the world. And,
See, for me, it was Tickle Me Elmo. That's the one I distinctly remember, like people fighting each
you're
other.
young. Jingle all the way. But yeah, and it's a shame that John's not here because I was going to apologize to him when we recorded last time. He was kind of stuck down on the end. He was like, "Hey, yeah," and they'll start canceling some of those orders, and the three of us just kind of laughed at them like, "No. They got their money. They don't care." But they actually have gone back, and they were canceling some of the orders that they thought fit the criteria of being purchased by bots, and the the forums blew up with people pissed. They canceled my order. I actually got it. I got through. I checked out. I had it, and then I got a notification the next day that they canceled my order because they didn't know. They couldn't tell that I was a real person.
Now, are they like bringing them back out for people to buy?
I think that was the thing when they would get inventory back in their system by canceling stuff. They'd put it back online to where people, if they knew that it was there, could do it. So the best trick with that has been go back and just keep checking every once in a while and see if they pop back up online.
So an idea that I had, which take it with a grain of salt, was instead of saying, "Hey everybody, we're gonna launch at this time, everybody watch out," you do almost kind of a pop-ups like, all right, East time zone, we're gonna have one for you in 45 minutes. Like, so you don't have time to get up, get your snipes, get it all ready to go. Like, hey, we're gonna launch in 45 minutes. If you're interested, you got to get on there, get it now.
Yeah,
and then do that again in other.
I think that would be good, but I think that it would confuse just as many fans as it would people who aren't fans. People who are doing it just for the money, they might be a little bit more diligent than the guy who works a 9-to-5 job and is trying to get it while his boss isn't looking. Doesn't want to get caught spending 30 minutes trying to check out, getting this exclusive toy. That'd be a bad way to lose your job, getting fired because they're like, why are you shopping for toys? What are you doing?
They're not toys, they're collectibles.
Action figure. Well, the solution after I kind of calmed down and wasn't just pissed anymore, I think I've got something that would work if the toy manufacturers would do it. And I actually was not a fan of it at first when Hasbro did it with their HasLab division, but it's they've got a crowdfunding division, and Michael over at Retro Blasting hates the fact that they do crowdfunding, but I think as far as trying to do an exclusive, I would like to see them, if they went that route, do a crowdfunding thing where, hey, this is coming up, put it on their social media, we're launching it on this date, and you have 45 days to get in and pre-order this. That way they're not going to sell out. They're not going to tell you can't purchase it because it's open for such a long time. It's not like, hey, they're up until they're gone, because the up until they're gone, that's not been working. That's what's getting everybody pissed off because they're selling out, and the actual fans aren't getting them or have to buy them from scalpers, online
for 4 times the price.
Exactly. So if they did it this way, where, hey, look, we're gonna leave this open for 45 days or 30 days, whatever, you've got all that time to log in. The people who are the fans that are already trying to go after those, the people that were on the NECA site, like for that Turtle Tour thing for Target, you couldn't actually go to Target's website to log in to get it. You had to go through one of NECA's social medias, click on a link for the item, and it took you to a locked out part of Target's website. So that was the only way that you could get it. You click that, take it, put it in your cart, and check out. Seemed like that was a really good way for them to do it. The bots still got through and got all of them. So, if they did this like a crowdfunding thing where, okay, hey, it's open for this long, everybody who wants one's going to get it, the scalpers might still buy them, and they might buy a lot of them, but I mean, they're going to tank in the secondary market because supply and demand. If you can get it readily, the value stays low. If you can't get it, people will pay more because they get desperate and really, really want it. And it's weird because, again, I have a toy shop and I make money off selling toys. But I would rather see fans be able to get the exclusives or get the items that they want, because they're released in quantities that everybody can enjoy them. It would change the face of collecting for a little bit.
Yeah.
But I think for the better. I think it would be something that would better service the fans, and I would really love to see them do that.
You'd lose the hunters, though, the ones who get like that adrenaline rush of getting it.
No, and I'm not saying that they do it for everything, but just do it instead of doing exclusives. So instead of having, hey, you have to go to Walmart for this exclusive and Target for this exclusive. I know that they get incentives for doing that. I'm sure that's the only reason why they do it.
Right.
They're not paying them to put, to do an exclusive. But if you can make more widgets because you're eliminating that exclusive part of it, and it's still an exclusive to where it's hey, you can only get this. This won't be in retail stores. It'll just be on our website. You have to come to us to get it. The toy manufacturer will keep more money in their pocket because they're not having to do, they're doing it all in-house. I just think all around it would be beneficial for everybody. Plus, it'd make the fans happy. I mean, a certain person that I know that had an online toy store that dealt with NECA stuff. Was so salty about it that he canceled all his orders for the other stuff that he had NECA. He's like, I'm just done with you guys. I don't want to think about you guys. Just done.
So they're getting through like the walls, the CAPTCHA, reCAPTCHA.
Yep. And that would be where Othello was wrong, which I'm sad that he's not here too, because I wanted to tell him you're wrong. Now he's wrong enough. It's okay.
I'm sure he's gonna watch the episode.
Othello,
you're wrong.
Yeah. I mean, when I went through trying to get that turtle thing, there was it was 3 rounds of pick the picture, and I mean, and I got them right every time, but I would do it, and it's like, okay, next one, and then it would do it again. Did it 3 times, so I'm like, okay, if they did, normally it was just 1, they were doing 3 of them. I'm like, okay, this has got to be slowing down the bots. Nope, they just breezed right through them, and kind of got into it a little bit with one of the people on that had listed them on eBay, and he just kind of like got real nasty real quick, at a question. But then a friend of mine, the guy who was really salty about it, he really locked horns with the guy. He sent me a whole capture of it, and the guy's like, you're just mad that you didn't get any, and I got all of them. I'll sell you all mine, or I'll make enough money through all of this for both of us. And just being a dick about it, really. It would be nice to see that stuff go away. There's too many fans that are getting upset because they can't get something that they're a fan of, because it's going to people who aren't even fans of the product. So it's just frustrating. So and if people have a better idea, I would love to see other ideas thrown out there. This is one that I've put a lot of energy in this in the last week, trying to get my idea in front of people at companies to where like, hey, no, I think this will fix your problem. Rather than just getting on a forum and bitch about, hey, I'm frustrated about this, saying, hey, look, here's a solution. Here's something I think will fix it. It'll be good for you guys. It'll be great for your fans. Your fans will still appreciate it. I think that, anybody who went to NECA's site to go to the Target site, because you had to follow the link, if they're on their social media already, they'll know, oh, hey, this date's coming up where I can pre-order this figure that I want. They're going to follow that link to check out through NECA's, website for said exclusive anyway, because they're going to be right there. They're already following them. So I think the majority of the people who are fans of stuff will be in the know of it. And there will be a handful of people who won't know, and they'll still have to fend for getting them in the secondary market. Mm-hmm. But there'll still be people out there buying 4 or 5 of them anyway to flip. Most fans who flip stuff are looking just to make enough money to cover the one that they're
The
keeping.
one that they're keeping, yeah, so they didn't.
And that's what I used to do before I had the toy store. When I was buying, if I saw something out, I'd get 2. I would sell the other one, try to make it, or I'd usually buy 3. Between the other 2, try to make enough money to pay for the one that I was keeping.
And to go along with your idea, to give it a bit of exclusivity instead of, like I said, it's here till it's gone. You just give it a window. You give it like this is up for a week.
And that gives people time to get in.
Yeah. And then that way it still has a bit of exclusivity to it for the people that missed the boat. Then they might, be able to sell it to them in the second market. I'd love to start a conversation here. We are always responding and keeping a conversation going with all of our subscribers. So get down in the comments and let's try and build something. I think we could, if we really put our minds together, we could figure out a solution for this so that we're not all just pissed. Well, that's it for everybody. Thanks for watching. Tell those scalpers, F you.